Well, hello everybody, this is Richard here, and I thought I'd just like to wish all my YouTube friends a very Merry Christmas and also a very Happy New Year. It's been a while since, I say that every time now, don't I? It's been a while since you've seen my features, as it were, on YouTube, and I'd just like to wish everyone I know, there's so many people now that I wouldn't want to pick any particular person out in my broadcast, but just to say thank you to everybody, and I really do still look forward to seeing your postings. I have to say I don't seem to get as much time as I used to, partly because my work and also things I've been doing here at home. And today's the 28th of December, and we now Christmas is gone. We're just heading into the new year a bit. The sort of bit of what I call in the middle in this country, where we have sort of the bank holidays, as they're called, and then of course we have a bit of work. So today would be a normal working day, and tomorrow and Friday. And then Saturday, of course, will be New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day is on Sunday this year, which is sort of an odd sort of thing. So, of course, Monday's a bank holiday here, so I go back to work on Tuesday, having taken leave in what I call the middle section of Christmas. It's about, what's the temperature today? It's about 11 degrees here, and this morning I went for my normal sort of run, but holiday run as it were, and it was actually quite mild. There was a bit of a drizzle first thing, but afterwards it actually brightened up very nicely. Now, just to start the new year off on projects, because I've got several lined up, a colleague of mine where I'm working my new work at Avante Partnership based in Faversham approached me and said, Richard, I've got a record player in the loft, would you be interested in having it? And I said, oh yes, okay, fine, not thinking what it would be. And I said to him, can you tell me what make it is? He said, well, it begins with R and my wife says it's a good make. So I said, okay. So I got sort of several thoughts, didn't think any more of it really. Anyway, a couple of days later he came up to me and said, I've got that record player in the car, do you want to put it in your car? So I said, okay. And I was pleasantly surprised. This particular piece of kit has been lingering or languishing, one of the two, probably lingering and languishing, in the loft of the house that he's just bought down here in Kent. And I was quite surprised what he presented me with. So I'm just going to take Mr. Panasonic off his perch. Hopefully I won't push the pause button, as I always say that as well. And let's have a look at this new project I've got on hand. So let's do that now. So hang on a second. There we go. Right, so just switch the... Right, so here we go. A bit of reflection there. I'll just turn that there down a bit. This is the Rotel, and you can see there's the label there, the Rotel model number 18572. And this, I would assume, was probably 1970s, looking at this sort of outside. This isn't wood, it's just that plastic covered wood-like effect. It's a bit like the Garrard 25 SP25 Mark III that I've got in the office up in the main house. It's got this rather nice plastic cover, which, as you can see, it's got the usual scratches on because people stick things on top. For ease, what I've done, I've actually removed the screws so that I can take this off to give you a better view, and I'll show you the interesting features. So this, here we go. This is the Rotel, and it's quite a good bit of kit. I mean, Rotel started manufacturing hi-fi equipment back in 1963, so they hadn't been going long when this particular one had come off our production line. But it is quite substantial. I quite like the idea that it's got quite a thick turntable, where some of the others are thinner than that. It's got. It didn't actually look like this when it arrived at the house. It was quite dusty. You could tell it had been up the loft for some time. You've got controls here for play and reject, which do work, and I'll show you that in a minute. It's a 3345 belt drive, and it actually says belt drive on there, so that must have been a feature that was quite unique, just coming into production, the belt drives, as opposed to the idle wheel system. And also, it's also well balanced as well. You've got this gearing going on here. nice little feature here, nice little catch for the tone arm, which I quite like, and then you've got this guide across, and then obviously the up and down, because obviously the play once it goes round, and you've got a damping system here as well, which I can just about show you there. Let me just get the screwdriver. A damping system here. You can adjust this to make the damp go fast or slower. Obviously the tone arm's weighted, so it's a balanced tone arm with a system here. And it even comes with its own cartridge. I have to say I can't work out the make though. It's just got like a T on it, which might relate to Rotel's own make. I've been unable to source a replacement stylus. If I just remove this, I'll show you. Gently do this without dropping it. Oops, there we go. There we are. Look, there's the stylus, and it's got like a T on the front. Now somebody might know what that is. Obviously, I don't know what type of cartridge that is. I will test it. I haven't powered this up yet because there's some bits I've got to sort out as well. So I will do that. So I've got to sort that one. Let's put the tone arm back there. The other interesting thing was that, if I don't know, I can do this now. I just might have to put the camera back. The actual underside of here, I'm just going to put. If I just put the camera back, I'm just going to put the camera down. So just going to view the garden a minute. Hang on a second. And I'll keep talking. This is a two-handed job. Here we go. Right. Let's just take that off. And just talk amongst yourself while I'm doing that. Sorry about that, folks. Right. Okay, this is the actual, obviously, the motor board. Now, let me just show you here. Do you see that dark line on the inner part of the turntable? Well, would you believe that the belt, which obviously goes around that inner part of the turntable to make the disc spin, and also it goes round the motor, which is here. If I just twist that, you can see it going round a little bit, can't you? You can see the top there, which I haven't powered up yet. And this obviously is the guide for 45 and 33. That's 33, so it moves it up and down depending on which part of the motor spindle it goes on. It was literally, it had gone to mush. It had gone completely mush. It was like jelly. Obviously being in the loft so long that it had gone to jelly. I literally had to scrape it off with a knife. I've never done that before, so it had cooked it. The other interesting thing was that if you see these screws with these, because this is made in Japan, Rotel, a Japanese company, it says remove bolts. Okay, so these were still screwed down. All the transit screws were still like this. So it must have been a pretty rough play when they were whoever played it, or they did that before they put it back up in the loft. But I don't think so. So it's still got the paper tabs on there. It's still got the instructions about ensuring that that in case of trouble, that the shaft does not slide down. Try to slide the shaft up and down with your fingers. So it means this bit here to make it go faster or slower. All the return mechanism looks quite good. The idle in here, and the prowl. The prowl's still here, looking good. Obviously a slightly updated version to what the Garrard SP25 would be, but all the same. You've got a voltage selector here, 220 or 110, so it's stuck to 220 volts. So obviously that will run at 250 as well, and 60 cycles over here. It's obviously somebody's cut or not cut off, but taken the plug off the end. And the RCA cables are interesting because there they are. There's one. There's also one missing, which is screen cable. So I've managed to source one from Maplin's in Maidstone, where I live, and I've got a new belt as well. So I'm going to put that on. So all in all being well, everything should be hunky-dory as it were. So if you put that bit back on again, I'll just put the disc back on again here. There we go. I mean, it spins nicely, as you can see. Oops. I was going to do the return there. There we go. If you take that across, you can see that it will actually, you can see there. It might just re-engage actually. There we go, the prowl's working now.
hopefully the return is going to work properly, but we'll see what happens anyway once that all gets going. So I just thought I'd just showcase that for you this morning. It even comes with the 45 bit. This goes in the centre here to allow you to play singles that don't have a middle part, which is for jukeboxes. So anyway, that's really part one of the Rotel 18572, and I'll speak to you all very soon.